Time for a movie review for September. I had different choices to pick since I covered some of them for anniversaries or ones that I need to catch up. But since the beginning of the year, I wanted to go with one that I haven't done a movie review on the channel, and that is Barbie. Yeah, I know people are going to say, are you serious? Why, yes! So, in this video, I'm going to do a review of the Barbie movie from 2023. The movie takes place in Barbie Land, where our main Barbie is suddenly stricken with worries about mortality. So she and Ken travel to the real world. Barbie tracks down her owner, a teenager girl who's not interested in Barbie, but her mother inadvertently caused Barbie's an existential crisis. Meanwhile, the CEO of Mattel finds Barbie and attempts to put her in a toy box, but she escapes with Gloria and her daughter, and they travel to Barbie Land. What about Ken? Well, Ken learns about patriarchy, and he returns to Barbie Land. He persuades the other Kens to take it over, meaning the Kens indoctrinate the Barbies. Yeah, this is an interesting story. Okay, so my honest thoughts on the movie is there is definitely an audience who's going to really enjoy and connect with this movie. Yes, the movie does have a lot of themes and analysis about it. Even some reviews say it's satirizing capitalism, while others persuade is being a satire utilizing capitalist themes. They talk philosophy, feminism, and patriarchy. And I will say, the commentary on the Barbie movie is a good way to say it's the critique of unrealistic expectations and even the struggle for women's identity and purpose, in which I do get it. Okay, besides the commentary, what do I think of the movie as a grown man? I actually like the movie. I don't love it as much as some others, but you guys know that I didn't grow up with Barbie as a kid. Like, Barbie is mainly marketed towards girls and is heavily associated, though the brand now aims to empower all children. Come on, Barbie dolls now have Kens, in which boys are playing with Ken dolls. The brand is all gender, and that's what the movie was trying to do. And while I'm not passionate on the toys and like the movie, this is a good one to do. Prior to this movie, there were many Barbie animated specials. Yeah, I like to know who bought those. So when the live action Barbie movie got announced a while back, I was like, how are they gonna pull off on the Barbie dolls? Oh yeah, the Barbie Land is based on the toys. Then when I saw the cast and the plot, I went, okay, it's like Toy Story but going to the real world. It's nothing new, but maybe something interesting. I'll talk about the receptions in a second. Other than the commentary and the message, the comedy is one of the best parts in the movie. I know it's not the best comedy in any movies I've watched, but it is very funny. The one where Barbie says, "Do you ever think about dying?" and the record stops and everyone looks at her. Not gonna lie, that got me a laugh. The song sequence that Ken sings is pretty funny. Any details like Barbie worrying about mortality are funny. But yeah, it did give me a good amount of laughs. Plus, I do like the movie just gets weird and it really thinks outside the box. That stuff is really fun. I do like the details, in which makes it clever. I do like when Barbie escapes, she meets an old lady named Ruth Handler, a co-founder of Mattel and invented Barbie dolls. I really like that. The production design in Barbie Land does look really good. Whoever designed the land, that's great world building. Now let's get into the characters. And no worries, I'm not going to include every variations of Barbie and Ken. It's too much to talk about. But I'll start with our main lead, Barbie, or often referred to as stereotypical Barbie. She is a good character. I can't say she's one of my favorites in the movie. As much as I do like outgoing, positive female characters in movies, she's not on my list. But there are two moments that I really like the character more. First one is she breaks down during the climax of the movie, and the other one is my favorite scene, in which I'll get to that. But Margot Robbie did a great performance playing the role, though man, we were robbed that Sony almost required in the casting choice were Anne Hathaway or Amy Schumer, but mainly Hathaway because she's one of my celebrity crush. Gal Gadot was close, but she turned down the role due to scheduling conflicts. The rest of the Barbies are fine. I even like the design of Weird Barbie, like that's something. Ryan Gosling as Ken was a strange casting choice, but man, he and Gloria are probably one of my favorite characters in the whole movie. Like, I'm sure Gosling had a blast playing Ken. Beach Ken learns about patriarchy from the real world, and he goes back to control over and brainwash the Barbies in order to ensure they're beholden to him. Like, dang, Ken is one of the more interesting ones in the movie that he wants power. Love him. The rest of the Kens are, again, fine. As for Gloria, she's another one of my favorite characters in the movie. Her daughter Sasha is a fine character, but Gloria is great. She is the empathetic one where she's an ally to Barbie during the escape. After Barbie is going to a crisis, Gloria makes the powerful speech that articulates the impossible standard women face, in which that's one of the best scenes from the Barbie movie, in a way challenging social expectations and contradictions faced by women. And they gave America Ferrera a Best Supporting Actress in the nominations at the Oscars. Like, that was worth it. The only character I wasn't a fan of was the CEO of Mattel, played by Will Ferrell. I didn't mind him playing the role, but playing the role of this character was just routine. He needs to amp up his comedy, but this stuff really isn't working, at least for me. I get the whole corporate wants to grab Barbie and follow her, but you didn't need that. The stuff with Ken, Barbie, Gloria, and her daughter I liked for the story, but with Ferrell as the CEO, that's a no for me. There were a few gripes with this movie, other than the brand that I'm not super passionate. The movie does have slow moments, especially in the third act, and I did wait for Barbie to search her identity, in which the ending, which I won't give it away, at least finally knew what she wants to be. Took 2 hours later, but at least she finally got what she wanted. Before I get to the receptions, I do want to say what my favorite scene in the entire movie, other than Gloria's speech, which that was great, but it's not my favorite scene. Mine is the one where Barbie just sits down in the real world, closes her eyes, and she's sad. Then she sees an old lady, and she knows one day she'll get old, and what life really is. No dialogue at all, and I really love this scene a lot. I know people are gonna say, really? You picked that scene? Well, yeah, at age 30 and having struggles in my life, that's a lovely scene. Alright, I think I got every stuff out of the way. Let's get to the legacy. Man, there's a lot of Barbie movie legacies throughout 2023. When the movie came out, it had competition with Universal's Oppenheimer, in which that's when it started the phenomenon of the phrase Barbenheimer, encouraging audiences to see both films. Besides the phenomenon, the movie did make a lot of money, becoming the highest grossing movie of that year, even more than the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Like, geez, 2023 had to be insane when it comes to that. As for overall, it's pretty high at the top 20 box office. The receptions are praised, almost 90%. I remember when I saw early reviews, I'm like, how is the Barbie movie getting highly praised? And I do explain why after I watched it the first time. The accolades are also crazy. Golden Globes has 9, and the Academy Awards has 8, including Best Picture. And it did have 1 win for this song. But yeah, you can clearly see why everyone was talking about the Barbie movie a lot during that year. And I want to say, it's still going, but there are some recent movies that are talking more than Barbie. But there are reporting that a sequel might be in development from Warner Brothers, but we'll see if the director, Greta Gerwig, accepts it. And a couple months ago, Illumination are making a theatrical Barbie movie, but in animation. And no worries, it's not connected to the live action film. Like, why would they make another Barbie movie, but different? With all the review I said, do I find the Barbie movie a really good movie? Yes. Do I find it as one of my favorites? No. While I admire the characters, the commentary, the comedy, and the creativity, wow, that's a lot of alliteration. The Barbie movie was an interesting one to see that represents the empowerment of women and the brand, and seeing the popularity it gotten since it came out. I'm sure there might be divisive ones out there. I can't go as high as people praising a lot, but I can't go as low as some people don't like it. It was a fun watch, and I do recommend it, but I have strong attachments to other movies on my list. The Barbie movie was a really good one, and possible of watching it in the next 5 years. That is all for my review of the Barbie movie, and one of the movies to get it off my list. I will see you all in the next video.